don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video.
We've got a parcel.
We have.
We have a parcel. It's from scrapbook.com.
But
we haven't bought anything.
No, well, it's addressed to both of us, both Ian Campbell and to me. And it's from scrapbooking.com, as Ian just said. But neither of us remember ordering anything from that company at all.
We are fair perplexed.
Yes, and if one of us had ordered it, we'd only have one name on it, so that's even worse. So come on then.
It says craft supplies on it.
So, and you've just slit it with a knife,
just to make sure there's nothing in there that you shouldn't see. Ooh, ooh. Bentley.
Hello. You want to be in?
Wants to see.
What is it?
Molds.
Pause up.
It's the molds we looked at. The ones from what they called Prima. So we have clocks. These are gorgeous.
Silicon. Yeah, we were looking at these. Have a look on the sheet.
It's from Cynthia.
Oh.
Cynthia, thank you.
It's Happy Mail.
It's Happy Mail.
Somebody's obviously either been looking in a crystal ball or can read minds.
So we've got the clock faces.
Talking of reading minds. Hello, it's nothing to eat. Sorry. It might be, he says.
Might be though.
Yeah, we were looking at these the other day, weren't we?
Detail on them.
Absolutely fantastic. So these are for anything. For paper clay, for...
I've just got some new silicone from Alfie. Some more resin from Alfie. Indigo blue.
So we may have a play.
So that's that one.
So what else is there?
Oh, look at the locks.
Ooh. Okay, so these are mechanical locks and keys, deco molds.
Yeah.
Redesign.
They're from Prima.
Is it Prima Marketing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Prima.
And then the fourth final. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I say. Dragonflies and butterflies with cogs, and these are extremely simple. Mechanical insector. So we've got mechanical insector, mechanical locks and keys,
steampunk plates.
Steampunk plates, so they're like label plates, aren't they?
Can I open that one?
Yes. And Elysian clockwork. So this is the one that I was looking at. Look at those. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The detail in there.
Oh,
God blimey.
Look at them.
God blimey. Absolutely stunning.
Look at that, the logo's even embossed.
Yeah.
For a mould. Look at the quality. Look at that.
Absolutely superb.
Cynthia, thank you.
Yes, thank you. So Cynthia Dossett.
It is Cynthia
or
Dossett.
Doucette, if we're being posh.
Yes.
So, yes,
these are ace. It says the food safe, so I might make some chocolates. Well, that'd be steampunk.
Wouldn't it be just?
I think I'll do chocolate before I do the resin.
That's a good idea.
I think so. Thank you, Cynthia.
Say cheese. So Ian had his jab yesterday and it knocked him off his feet this morning, so I brought Mr. Bentley out to do his morning business. And the sun's out, so it's a nice day. Hopefully it'll stay like this. So it's Saturday, just gone 1:30, and I've just finished filming and I'm just pulling the video in for Saturday's mission inspiration. So it's first Saturday in the month, Saturday the 5th. So above and beyond is the theme for this month. So this morning we went out very, very early, went out to the supermarket very, very early because I needed to get some headache tablets and some medicines. I picked those up, and then from there we went on to the garden centre to get some multi-purpose compost to plant the apple tree into a pot that we bought. We bought a beautiful kind of like basket weave terracotta pot to stand it in. We're going to keep it in a pot for the first couple of years and then see how the garden matures a little bit, and then maybe plant the apple tree out into the garden. But we haven't decided where because we haven't finished the full landscaping of the garden yet. And I don't want to plant the apple tree into the garden, into the soil, to have to uproot it and move it somewhere else in a year's time when we lay patio and put paths in and that kind of stuff, because we still have a lot of hard landscaping to do in the garden. Well, we've got 3 sections towards the house that need to be hard landscaped. So one of those 3 is either going to be decked or it's going to be done in reclaimed brick, and then we'll have paving at either side of that. But I want it broken up, so it's either going to be decking in the middle or reclaimed brick in the middle, and then riven stone on either side next to the greenhouse and where you come in from down the side of the house. So we haven't really decided exactly where everything's going to be just yet, and I don't, like I said, don't want to put in something which is a fixed feature like an apple tree until we know for definite exactly what the layout's going to be. So, but it'll live quite happily in this very, very large terracotta pot until then. So, but anyway, when we got to this garden centre, our friend Kerry and Sean, who run the place, they're none in. So we had to come away empty-handed, except I didn't come away empty-handed. I bought a couple more ivy plants for the garden, just as infills. So we'll have to go back on Tuesday because they're getting a delivery in the next day or so, but they're closed on Mondays. So we'll go on Tuesday to see if they've got any in. Yeah, so that's been the Saturday so far. And the sun's been in and out. Hasn't been able to decide or make its mind up what it wants to do today. It's currently kind of half and half. There's half cloud, half blue sky. But it hasn't rained, which is the main thing. And Ian's been able to get out there and get the garden, or get the lawn cut again. Because with the little bit of rain that we did have, it kind of bolted a bit. But these are the trials and tribulations of having a garden like we've got. It's Sunday afternoon, approaching 2 o'clock, and I've just done something which I haven't done for ages, which is sit down and create something without turning my overhead camera on. And I resisted the temptation. I wanted to have a play with some texture paste, my new bamboozle stencil, and some spritz sprays that I made using the Colourcraft brush show pigment powders. Just mixing them with water to create some spritzers, which I did a video on ages ago. So I used those colours to create a kind of steampunky background, and that's what I've done. Another kind of motherboard, whatever you want to call them, that I can cut into smaller pieces and turn into thank you card fronts or notebook cards. either that way or that way. I get 4 out that way. Well, I get 4 out that way as well, but on landscape. Get it one way, I'll get it the other, won't I? But if I wanted to do these bamboozle textures that way up, then I'd only get a couple out. Well, you know what I mean. So just a couple of stamps. There's a bit of stamping in there as well, with a Tim Holtzy stamp set. Stampers Anonymous, Tim Holtz. Number 7, SCF 007, 007. And a bit of kind of nondescript text. Or you can just pick that up there, and maybe, yeah, there's some there and some there as well. But I wanted to use kind of brown tones, green tones, with a little bit of the salvaged patina distress paint. But of course, the salvaged patina is kind of soaked in and reacted with the pigment of the colours that I put down earlier, so it doesn't really stand out that much. But obviously there's water splatters and there's all sorts of other stuff in there as well. And I just kept on going and going and going. There's, I think, must be at least a dozen layers in there. But it was a nice distraction. I've got not a lot to do today. I caught up with the laundry, we've done all the housework. We're not having a huge Sunday lunch today because diets. And so I thought, well, we've had kind of brunch, breakfasty lunch. So rather than sitting in front of the TV, catching up on the new episodes of Lucifer and all that kind of stuff, I'd actually come up and do a play. So there you go. So that was worthwhile. It's Tuesday morning, the 8th of June today at 9:36 a.m. It is currently 19 degrees centigrade, 65 degrees Fahrenheit out there. So already it's shaping up to be a rather warm morning or warm day. And I've been thrown out of the house. Well, not literally thrown out of the house. Ian's filming on the kitchen table. He's doing his Steampunk Tuesday video, of which he is creating a steampunk or steampunked handbag, which you've probably already seen if you watched today's video tonight. You'll have already seen it by the time you're watching this. So he's doing that on the kitchen table. Because I don't really want to be getting in the way or underfoot while he's filming or making noises, I've come out to do some shopping and a few errands. So I have to go up to our local garden centre or local nursery and pick up some bags of multi-purpose compost, because they didn't have any when we went last week. They'd sold out, but they should have some in today, they say. So I've got to go get a couple of bags of that so I can plant the apple tree into the pot that we've bought. But I also need to do some grocery shopping. So what I thought I would do is go up to the garden centre or the nursery first, then come back and do the grocery shopping on the way back home again, because I have to pass the supermarket on the way back or on the way there, depending on which way around you look at it. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, with the aircon on, because like I said, it's already mega warm. Morning, you're right. So that was the lovely Gemma. That's the daughter of the lady and gentleman that own the place, Kerry and Sean. So that's it, that's the compost in the back of the car. So now I can go and do my grocery shopping. And I really need to try and sort out a haircut because it's getting on my nerves. It would have if I took the handbrake off, wouldn't it? That's the shopping all done. Just hope Ian's finished with his filming. Oh.
I've lost my biscuit now.
Are you going to be my helper today? Yeah. Or are you going to sit on the chairs? Either way. Right, so, as I said, I've been out to the garden centre this morning, got some compost. So this is for rose trees and shrubs. That is the massive terracotta planter that we're going to put the apple tree in. Excuse my shadow. There you go. I said it had a lovely kind of basket weave on the side. And I've already put some crock bits in the bottom for drainage. So I'm going to just put some of that into there, mix it up so it's all, there's no big clumps or anything. So I'm going to get my hands in there, hence the gloves. Give it a good mix up and then put the pot into there once I've put a layer in, and then I'm going to put the compost around the plastic pot because then I can get the right kind of hole and size for it. So off we go. Been attacked by bees now. Right, so I've put some of the compost. This is what I meant about the clumps. Because it's been in the bag for such a long time, it forms clumps. So you need to get in there with your hands and start breaking it all up to loosen it. So normally I would wear gloves, but to be honest, this is quite fine stuff, so I don't think it's going to start leaching the moisture out of my fingers. We should be okay. So first stage then, get the fingers in and get it all broken up. Okay, so I've broken it all up. You can stare to my hands. So now I'm going to tip some into the pot. Right, so I've got enough, I think, in the bottom there for that to, when it's filled, it'll come up to about there, leaving a nice lip for watering. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave that in the plastic pot and I'm going to fill and surround the outside until it comes up to about the same level, and then we'll take it to the next step.
And action.
So now that we've got the compost around the pot, so I can see how much more I'm going to need.
May I have a look?
Yes.
Oh yes. And you've left it in the plant pot so you get the right size hole.
That's right. So what I can do is I can just lift it out to then have the right sized hole for it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in the size now. I've broken up and loosened up all the big clumps from this. This is peat free. It's mostly compost and leaf mould.
With a little bit of manure.
Yeah, it's you can actually smell the manure in it, which is good.
Deep joy.
So
okay,
I can continue to add this around it now. Don't mind if I go a little bit over the top of that bark, because all I need to do now is just...
Hang on, somebody's come to say hello.
It's supervising.
He is, yes.
Mr. Bentley is supervising. So I'm leaving that bark on top because that will form a nice kind of moisture retentive mulch barrier.
Yes.
Okay, so now you can see where the pot is.
Yeah.
Just give that a bit of a push. And now, if I lift that out very carefully...
You have a pot-shaped hole.
I do have a pot-shaped hole. So, if I'm very careful...
Isn't it fastened to the tree? Oh
No.
no, it's not, is it?
Bibski. It's quite a deep one. There we go. And that'll just slot perfectly back in.
Oh, looks like it. Oh, Bentley! You nearly pulled the
It's all right.
thingy. What's it called?
What?
That one.
Oh, that's Hypericum.
Hypericum.
St. John's wort.
Yes.
And then I can just firm that in.
Does it need firming in hard or?
Well, you saw the roots.
Yes.
So because it's fairly soft compost and it's been aerated, because
Yeah.
I've aerated it with my hands,
Yeah.
it should be okay. We'll just leave that bit of mulch on top. And now what we need to do is give it a really, really, really good water.
But not yet with the full sun on it.
Not yet. But it should be okay because it did get a really good water last night.
It did.
And there you have it.
But look, we've actually got apples. There we are.
There's two fantastic ones over this side.
There's one here. Gosh, they're massive. And Mum says she never gets any on her tree.
These here.
Oh. Oh yes. And there as well.
There's about 20, I think. I'm leaving the support cane in.
Yes, I would.
But there we go. One happy tree and one happy camper.
Camper being the word.
Hey. I'm not liking the look of those clouds up there.
Night clouds.
They're not night clouds. But they look rather ominous. See, we've got blue sky, but look at those horrible black clouds. Let's just hope we're not going to have a thunderstorm or anything. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.